retro shit, you know.
Yeah. So fair enough. Whatever.
Guy might be mad at me. Whatever, I don't care. Playing a scotch. I never play anything other than a scotch.
1500.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with ICC. Is there's not really a big pool of players.
As you guys know now, a giant camera and video.
But
so I know some people do everything on their phones, but to me that sounds like a ton of work compared to just using something like Premiere or
Bishop
Final Cut or
C4.
whatever. So what's your process look like to produce that?
Yeah, my creative process. I feel like originally I would just jot it down in my like notes app. So like basically, I guess to take it from the top, like I'd have like two sort of concurrent.
It's kind of an annoying move, actually.
If you see my videos, like they're very musically driven. Like I make all the cuts to like the progression of the music. So I'll have like a list.
I don't really want
that's,
to
like, a bunch of songs,
open that up.
And I'm like, oh, this would be funny, or this is cool, or whatnot. I just have that growing list, and then I have the other list of ideas, different, whether it's tied to like current day events or something historical or some like dystopian futuristic shit, whatever. So I'll have those two lists running, and I basically try to connect the dots. And once I get that down, and I have an idea, I'll basically like write shot for shot in my notes app. Although now I'll do it on Excel, so I'm getting more organized. But yeah, I'll punch it all in on Excel and just have like each shot. It's like my like version of like screenwriting, I guess. But like I'll have it all written out, and then I'll have like columns that like make it a little easier. Like, okay, I'm wearing something like acting out like 6-8 characters and some of them.
I gotta get water after this.
I'm like, I don't want to be like changing out my suit into like something else and then changing back and forth.
My head is
so
on fire.
Have, like, the
Um,
like, on the side, and like
what move do I play here?
And like all these things, and then I'll
It should be a really simple position. Like I should have seen this position like 1,000 fucking times, but
originally for like editing software, I'd use this app called InShot.
Calculating. I could take on E5. Not really that big of a problem. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think letting the pawn sit there is a good idea.
So it's nice to get back into that. And actually, like at the very beginning of my TikTok shit, I had like I used like the
Unless you're like
editing, but it's like pretty,
Bishop C4 with like sacks on F7 works out.
Once you start getting a bit more complicated, it's difficult. So
You could play Bishop E3, Castle Queenside. If he takes knight, it doesn't matter, because who cares? You're just gonna shove your pawns anyway.
I thought of that idea too.
That's the way I would play it.
Yeah, I actually did think of that. Bishop E3 and then takes on F3, takes with the pawn. Pawn takes, he wins the bishop, but I'm about to castle, and he's not even close to castling.
I did that all on InShot, and
Yeah, taking doesn't seem good at all for him, right? You just get an open file, and if he castles kingside, that's kind of...
Yeah, let's do that. Fuck it, I'm down.
Pretty much download Premiere for everything that it comes with, but like there's no like green screen.
I don't really... I used to play this cards. I don't really remember it, though. I just know you castle queenside a lot, and those are fun.
Nice. Well,
yeah.
Lots
I
of
feel
fun.
your pain because Premiere is at once incredibly useful and also the biggest pain in the ass of any software I've ever used.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I don't think I've gone 1 week without having some error that I have to...
He gives up the bishop too for this, which is pretty poggers. Okay, now D5 looks good.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Look at that space.
Maybe I need to like upgrade my computer because it just like, takes forever to buffer.
Oh, bishop H3 too. Maybe bishop C4 though is a bit good.
I upgraded my computer towards the beginning of COVID because I knew I didn't want to have to deal with all that stuff if I'm working with the higher quality footage now, and it's still, the bar will go from, or the rendering bar will go
His
from
queen
0,
H4.
it'll sit there for 5 minutes, and then suddenly it'll be at 100, so I can't even tell what the progress is. So it's faster, but I have no idea how long it's going to take, so always something with Premiere.
Yeah, it's painstaking.
And you guys actually pay for that shit. Like I am so fucking
I'm a schmuck.
Obviously, I also pay for my Premiere, and yeah, absolutely, monthly. I have an annual subscription. Like I'm a proud user. That cloud thingy. Absolutely. But when I come visit in the States, I'll bring a couple of hard disks, obviously empty hard disks, with I don't know, like 100 different types of software, and I'll give it to you guys.
Thank you.
Should save you what, like $5 million per year, Because that's how much that.
Yeah.
My man just played H6. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Queen D2. Let's go. Let's keep developing.
They've never responded to an email for customer support. Their phone chat doesn't work. Oh my god. And they bleed you dry every month because I've got the whole creative suite, and I mean, I get it to cover my ass because like all of this stuff, my second thought channel, first thought now, the deprogram, that all flows through my.
If he plays Queen F6, I just castle queenside. No fucks.
Make sure we're all on the level so that I don't get thrown in the can. But yeah. Thanks Adobe. If any of you are listening, your product sucks. We hate you. but thanks for letting us edit, I guess. All right. So half an hour into the show, I'd like to get to the real topic for today, and that's using things like TikTok and the internet in general as a tool for education and agitation. I think all of us here recognize how powerful the internet is, whether we're talking about YouTube or podcasts or political Discord servers or TikTok or whatever. But to what extent do you think online agitation plays a role in building class consciousness? Because people like to say things like, oh, the internet isn't real life. But it does certainly affect real life. So how big of a role does it play, and what specifically are your goals in using these tools?
Yeah, no, that's a great question.
Queen to H4.
Short answer is it definitely plays.
It was fucking brilliant.
I feel like, people might be averse to it.
I agree.
Like you said, it's like, oh, it's the internet, and nothing's real there. But I mean, it's just another communication medium. Back then, maybe organizing in the 1900s, you'd hand out leaflets in a factory floor or whatever, and like obviously like that type of stuff plays a role. But I mean, when you have all these people tuned in to social media and podcasts and all sorts of online media, and just the fact alone that it's leveraged by all these like right-wing reactionaries for backwards purposes, calls on us to use it for progressive and revolutionary purposes. So yeah, I think it definitely plays a crucial role in.
Let's see if he castles. I think if he castles queenside, he loses. The bishop takes A6.
To do exactly that, but also try to give it apply my own flavor. I think I'm very drawn to like comedy and satire, and it's.
Doesn't even think about it.
Yeah, you don't even gotta think about it, dude.
I'm just like I kind of want to do it my own way, and.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this would win if he captures.
It's cool too seeing like people
Crushing.
actually respond well to it and be like, oh, this
So
is really
I don't even gotta
cool.
think about it.
Students. I'm like, that's crazy. So like yeah, like hearing stuff like that, I'm like, oh, okay, so there's some proof of it, and whether it's talking about like history and sort of applying.
That's a Pawnee boy. B7 is hanging as well because Queen B5 would win the night.
Teach people things that maybe otherwise they just wouldn't learn. So yeah, I think it's kind of nice having like this open world to talk about whatever I want to. And there's like so many things to talk about, and there's only so many hours in a day, so I'm always trying to figure out something to touch on for the next video. But yeah, definitely plays a big role, and whether it's like YouTube, like what you guys do, or TikTok or podcasts, yeah, I think it's all very important, and people shouldn't brush it away. And that's not to say it's like the end all,
Sure.
Like people should do some more than that and some actual real life sort of organizing. But it definitely plays like sort of a touch point in people's political development. So should definitely leverage that.
And additionally, like your incredibly like hilarious approach to inputting sketches in your work are something that the left most definitely needs. Very well known on the entire political spectrum, as the left can't mean.
Yeah.
That man is stupid. Alright, yeah, we dig.
Check.
Through the years, we've kind of proven that it might not fully be the case, even though, and bless their heart,
Check.
so many comrades that have a sense of humor thinner than a piece of paper. Let's just call it that. But it's something that we need to work on, and that we work on, especially whenever I see brilliant stuff such as yourself that not only informs me, not only
Check.
invigorates me, but also makes me fucking wind down and actually laugh.
Wowie.
And it always
Yeah, knight of 6 is almost mate.
comedy is obviously
It's one square.
Infused with ideology, just like everything else. But the beauty of left-leaning comedy, if we can call it that, is it absolutely always punches up, right?
Yeah.
And the work is again.
I think you need
that
to
regard as
play
well.
knight f6 too,
just,
because
being able to laugh, being able to get informed, and most importantly,
if he gets away, he kind of gets away. I
actually
actually
go out
fucked
and
this
do
up
something
in some way or another.
is, I think, an absolutely great
Maybe knight c7.
Right,
I don't know.
75-page fucking blog essays
I
and
know.
like 1990s
okay.
HTML pages and shit. With
If he takes
And knight
it,
c7, bishop
pictures
b6
of,
mate. I think.
Engels and Stalin on both
Oh no, he
sides.
has king b8.
On the right and left
You
side
could do a
of the
whole
actual.
episode on like Marxist.
King b8.
I feel like knight c7 should be strong though, right?
Absolutely, it's incredible.
Yeah, what about
really
queen
appreciate that.
b6?
And yeah, it's funny too because like the left.
Yeah, he has what,
stuff,
king
I feel
c8.
like my recent video, I kind of
You don't have like enough pieces, so.
which was like
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah.
intended to be like half ironic, but I was like kind of this crossroads of like, should I just not have any of this?
Kinda
context
crazy you
and
don't
stuff
have
in the
anything there.
titles? And I was like, I'll put it in, and then if people don't want to read it, they don't have to.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool approach with the.
Yeah, his knights just like do a really good job of defending for
On the
him.
one hand, you've got just a really entertaining video to watch. Like the music slaps, the acting's very funny, all that stuff. But if someone wants to, they can pause it and
Right.
consume a ton of information there.
Yeah, I don't see
think
anything, honestly, I
A
don't know.
lot of people will watch it once to get the general impression, have some fun
Yeah.
with it, and then go back and read the little citations and stuff. And that's, I think.
Oh
that's
well, you
incredibly
could just
valuable.
take his knight.
Yeah, no,
You could just take his knight though, right? And win material. I mean, that's like simple, right?
Crossroad of, like,
Is that
okay,
bad?
Do I like sacrifice thoroughness for like
Oh, yeah.
brevity's sake and like just keep it
That's, like, simple
concise,
and good.
or am I gonna like risk leaving out information
Check.
I might benefit from? So I'm always trying to figure that out, and then just kind of like or like the.
So where do you up right here?
situation
It's like 4,
pause
5,
too is always
up
something
2
to consider,
pawns.
so, yeah, it's
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Figure out the best way to do it.
I mean, I don't see like a force. There might be. I just don't see it.
Which obviously the most
Oh shit.
but like
I didn't even count. I didn't even see that. Is that really good?
No, that's gotta be bad. What the fuck?
There are problems of the left is leftists can't have
Just pins
fun.
himself.
Yeah.
Dry-ass
Right.
fucking guys that ruin every fucking Thanksgiving with their fucking politics and shit. But then content like this shows,
okay.
no, they're also edgy,
I'll just play
they're
back.
cool, they're you get my fucking point. So it feels more relatable. It feels less cringe to call yourself, socialist, anarchist, whatever the fuck floats your boat, right? And that is also another aspect of
Play
education.
c3, Sid.
It's not just teaching people, this and that idea, or telling them go read this exact piece or that exact piece, but also demystifying the kind of image that has been presented of the modern and
Check and
leftists
c3.
by the right. And when it works, it because so many
He is
people are so
defending it though
close
with the.
Check.
getting class consciousness.
But I'm still gonna
They
play it.
don't want to go into it because, man, again, these people, not even just leftists, but like political people, that's not really me. Like, what the fuck, I'm just a little funny, edgy boy. But then they see, oh, you actually can be a funny, artistic, etc., edgy boy, and also be political, and in this case, left wing.
Yeah.
So it's super important. It shouldn't be like underplayed as if it's entertainment first. I mean, it is entertainment first for leftists who watch it,
Check.
but for others it is an absolutely
I actually didn't even see 92. That's
impressive and
pretty dumb.
important, way of generating class consciousness.
My queen goes backwards, by the way.
It's not embarrassing to have it,
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just finds the most unexpected of
It's
moves.
kind of just like meeting
Yeah.
people where they're at.
I did not expect that one.
Entertaining
I guess I'll take
the
it.
other person.
That's a. Seems like a free night.
Yeah, and this is one
Check.
of those things. Like all of this is something
Okay.
that I feel like the left has historically, the IRL left has done a really bad job of.
No, he's
the word,
blitzing him.
but of
He's
capitalizing
blitzing him
on it,
out.
Of taking advantage of, I guess. Where the right has a monopoly on online quote unquote education.
Right.
Where they've got PragerU, they've got all these slick looking talk shows, the AM radio stuff. So
Daily
many
Wire,
websites.
dude. That shit's gonna be bigger than Fox one day.
Exactly, yeah. They've got this whole empire and ecosystem online where if someone has a question about something, like if you search who knows, like whatever hot button topic is, transgender. If you search the word transgender, guess what's going to come up? You're going to be funneled right down this awful reactionary rabbit hole, fed more and more egregious stuff until suddenly you're a proud little Nazi recruit. And that's not always the case. Some people break out of that, and kudos to them for thinking critically about this stuff. But like I'm a member of CPUSA, and I made a video for the international conference last year where I'm like, guys, please, we need to build a similar online sphere to recruit people to the left to save them from the clutches of these far right demagogues. If the left can't do that, if we can't offer an alternative, if we can't educate people online, if we can't agitate effectively online, then the real world effects of that will be more pronounced, because we will have less opportunity and less ability to combat far-right extremists in the real world. So the online world does absolutely matter, and I think we're probably all in agreement on that here. And that's why I'm so appreciative of what you, James, and what all of us are doing, even if we are at core, at base, entertainers. It does make a difference.
I think I'm just gonna chub my A-pawn.
Like, hey, you changed my mind on this, and that I think is really cool.
Yeah. No, I hope we're doing something.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Just gonna keep pushing the A-pawn.
All right. So moving on a little bit. One question that's been on everyone's mind recently is whether or not TikTok is going to be banned, or even just change in some way to comply with silly new U.S. laws. I'm sure we've all seen the clips from the congressional hearings where the representatives are asking questions, and they didn't even understand how Wi-Fi works. And I call myself a boomer. So, in your opinion, James, is TikTok going away?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, it feels reminiscent of like the Trump years when they tried to ban it, and now it's just happening again. I mean, it's annoying because, I mean, obviously, like,
Cringy 4, what does that do? Not a lot.
Against TikTok,
I mean, he's gonna play Rick C8, I guess.
To be levied against just social media companies in general. So I think there's like obviously valid questions that should be asked, which but like hardly made the light of day in a congressional hearing. That was just like so stupid and like absurdly funny. It's the Wi-Fi network, and like but yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they're trying to sell it off to U.S. buyers. I mean, basically, it's just the government just trying to, support American capitalists, and they're afraid of TikTok stealing their lunch, and also just being able to have a monopoly in the surveillance state. They want to be able to spy on their own citizens, and TikTok is kind of a front to that. So, all these reasons that are happening in the background, and they got public officials dress it up as some sort of national security issue, and they suddenly pretend to care about data privacy, and we know it's like bullshit. It's like, okay, no, like we see what Meta, Google, Reddit, Twitter, all these companies are doing. So
check.
Yeah, I mean,
Check.
I don't know. I hope it doesn't go away. It's just been such a fun platform, and I do hope there's like improvements to the platform.
And then you go back, and then I go back.
In the same way that it should be applied to other
Or no.
companies.
I can play Rick
Yeah,
D7.
it's tough. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Queen
I was doing
G1.
some digging, just a little research into it, and for those who aren't aware,
King
we're talking about
C2.
the Restrict Act.
Yeah.
With all of these
If you move the knight, you can threaten mate in one.
It's got a cheesy name that it spells out restrict. Really cringe.
If I move the
But
knight.
What people are saying is that it's so
Or the rook.
broad that it doesn't.
If you move the knight to D5, it threatens mate in one.
TikTok specifically,
Oh.
TikTok is not even mentioned in the bill.
That's cool. I like that
but it's
move.
specifically about U.S. quote-unquote foreign adversaries. So anything, any product or software that is made by
That almost
this
works.
arbitrary list of what Congress considers to be U.S. adversaries.
I mean, you could
China,
take the
Venezuela,
rook
Russia,
and then fork them and get the queen.
anybody who's not bending the knee to the United
Yeah.
States, then that
Check.
that will be in the crosshairs of being purged from the United States, not being able to be hosted, things like that. Okay, so I highlighted this one quote that I thought was correct. The EFF, which is the Electronic Frontier Foundation, it's kind of just like a watchdog group for tech.
Check.
They're pressing Congress to focus not on these foreign adversaries collecting our data and spying and whatnot, but instead
Check.
quote, comprehensive consumer data privacy legislation that will have a real impact and protect our data no matter what platform it's on. TikTok, Facebook,
Check.
or anywhere else that profits from our
Check.
information. Foreign adversaries won't be able to get our data from social media companies if the social media companies aren't allowed to collect, retain, and sell it in the first place. And I think that
Wow, you own that
the
1500.
U.S. doesn't care when it's U.S.
Yeah.
companies collecting, aggregating, selling.
Yes, I did.
They want a monopoly on it. That's the only thing. And TikTok is not.
What did the engine want me to play here?
It's not in their pocket. So if unless BlackRock wants to buy TikTok,
Bishop d5.
it could be on.
I thought about that move.
I personally don't see it going away. I don't think TikTok will.
Yeah, this is fine.
Removed. It's such a popular app.
Yeah.
That it would tank, whoever's in office when the bill passed. But that's just me. Who knows?
I mean, they fumbled it so hard at this point that no matter how much potential money and funds they can get from American capitalists to take it down,
Yeah, bishop takes b7 is probably a little crazy. I could have just queen b5 right away.
Check.
Would be too intense. That's why I also
Check.
don't really.
This also works.
Check.
Happening, but it's
Oh, bishop c5.
100 point, and those are the most important.
What?
The only additional thing that I've noticed is that
Oh, you're just threatening mate in 1, or
conversation is
what are you threatening?
another step in the
So
direction
bishop
of,
c5.
demonizing
Last move says
Apple
knight
and
d4.
any way is even remotely
That's an engine move though. Say he plays king runs
China
away.
as a country.
That's
So
like the normal move, right?
we
King e7 or
as
king
you
e8.
know, China is becoming more of a consumer economy instead of a production economy, etc. A lot of new brands coming out.
Oh,
of
you have
China,
queen
a lot of new
c6.
apps, a lot of new
Pretty funny.
Check.
items,
Yeah.
cars, etc.
Checkmate.
Very, very intense push,
Eee.
on the American side to ideologize.
Yeah, because this covers that. This hits the king.
Ideology all the time, Jesus Christ. But there will be a strong push to ideologize absolutely every.
Yeah,
product
bishop c5. That's gnarly.
comes out
missed
Check.
because under the
This is also good though.
structure you can't really fight
Check.
or demonize something in
Check.
out of the market economy by saying
Check.
it shouldn't be sold because then you're going against the way you
Yeah, it just keeps wanting me to play a4, a5, I
What you
bet.
can do is
Yeah,
you can say
a4,
that
a5.
this particular thing should not be consumed
I finally
by
realized
the
that.
American market because it is linked to something.
Yeah, it just wanted a6 right there.
Moral, evil, blah 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 blah. And I just see it as a PR tool that they're most likely going to be using.
Yeah, queen e6, a7.
Testing out right now on
Rook a, and then
itself. So we'll see where it goes. But it's going to be very.
Get past
fun
pawns, you gotta
in
push 'em.
decades to come